Hallelujah.
It's raining numbers.
Hey, welcome back to our flipped classroom.
There's more. And now we're absolutely out of control. Because it's raining numbers.
It's raining numbers today.
Every specimen. Protractors, crafts.
Okay. So today we're going to look at dividing integers. Please open up your pink packet to page 52. And it was just raining numbers a little bit, because we're still dealing with numbers. We're dealing with positive and negative integers. Here's your entrance task. It's just to review multiplying. I want you to pause the video and I want you to do the problems. Pause. Okay, hopefully you got the answers I got. If you need to, pause the video and check. If you have any questions, you can ask me tomorrow in class. So, our objective, students are going to divide integers, determine the correct quotient with the proper sign. Students will find the mean of a set of data. So when we start here, I want to define the word quotient. Quotient is the answer to a division problem. And we're going to have rules for dividing integers. And guess what? These are the exact same rules we had for multiplying. Much, much easier than add and subtract. If I go too fast in the video, you just pause and fill out your notes. So, if you divide integers with the same sign, you divide and the quotient is positive. If you have different signs, you divide and the quotient is negative. Then we have what's called the division property of 0. So we have 0 divided by any non-zero number is 0. And then the second part of this is any number divided by 0 is undefined. And then we're going to define the math term mean, which you probably had in 6th grade. So the mean is an average of a set of data. It is the sum of the data divided by the amount of data. And we'll see some examples of this as we go along. Finding the quotient. Again, this is pretty much the same as multiply. Do the numbers have the same sign? No. The answer is negative. Number 2, do they have the same sign? Or in other words, is there an odd amount of negatives? There is an odd amount of negatives and they don't have the same sign, so that's negative 9. The next one, they don't have the same sign, negative 4. The next one, they don't have the same sign, negative 4. Number 5 here is the opposite of 15 divided by 3, which is negative 3. 0 divided by any number is 0. And then 66 divided by 11 is 6. Finding the mean of some data. I'm going to do one for you, and then I'm going to ask you, we're going to pause the video, and I'm going to ask you to do number 9 and 10. So let's right now do number 8. What I want to do is I want to add up this data, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of data. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all my negatives, so I'm going to do the commutative property. Negative 8 plus negative 72 plus negative 50 plus negative 29. And then I have a positive 34. I know my note paper looks gray there. There's just no difference between gray and white here. So I'm going to come across left to right. This is going to be 80, negative 80, plus negative 50 is negative 130, plus negative 29 is then negative 159 plus 34. I'm adding two numbers with the same sign, with different signs. I'm going to subtract, take the sign of the bigger. I'm going to divide by how many there are. And when I do that division, I get negative 23.4. So I want you to go back to the data and see if negative 23.4 makes sense for a mean. A little bit hard to tell, but you see that there is a lot of numbers that are negative, only one positive, but that positive is in 34, so it kind of balances it out. So I'm going to ask you to pause the video, and I need you to do number 9 and number 10. Pause. Pause the video. Okay, check your answers. Check that you got negative 8 for number 9, and that you got negative 2 for number 10. Decide if those answers make sense. Best I can tell, they do. You have any questions? Ask me tomorrow in class. There's one more there, number 11. We're going to go right by that right now. But I want you to do that and show me that tomorrow when you show me your notes. Let's look at this word problem. You golf 4 rounds of golf of 18 holes. The table shows your score for each round with respect to par. What is the mean of your score for the 4 rounds? So, like a negative 7 in golf just means you were 7 shots below what they consider to be the average amount of shots that it takes to golf. So the lower the number, the better, actually. So we're going to get our average, or our mean, excuse me. So we're going to add these all up. And I'm going to go negative 6 plus negative 1 plus negative 7 is negative 14. And I have negative 14 plus 2 is negative 12. And negative 12 divided by 4 is negative 3. That's my average. So I'm a pretty good golfer. Does that answer make sense? Finally, we have a little bit of evaluating expressions. So on number 13, they tell you that the value of A is negative 30 and the value of B is 5, and then you simplify or do the division. Negative 30 divided by positive 5 is negative 6. A divided by B over C. Pause the video and substitute in. Pause. So when you substitute in, here's your result. Fraction bar is a grouping symbol in order of operations. So we have negative 30 divided by negative 10, which is 3. And that is the end of our video. And I will see you tomorrow in class.
Oh, those are fun.
Whoops. Okay. There we go.
God bless Mrs. Renko for the breakthrough of the understanding. She took over the classes, and we did some final reviews.
See you tomorrow.
She taught every student and rearranged their minds.
Bye.